Alright, let's go. Game number 1, the MC Academy against the Bang Bush. So guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, you might ask yourself, where's the draft? The explanation is pretty simple. The production team of the Master Slash kind of screwed up the overlays. So this one, we're jumping in without the draft. We are currently on map number 1 in the best of 2, and it is Shire. On the left side, Vetters on Blaze for the Academy. We got Warren on Karazim, Cookie on Sylvanas, Nagrom on Myrddin, and the Panda Colada is playing Lunara. On the right side of the map, Henning for the red team with Rega. We got Swamgrota on Rexa, Skok on Maiev, Lauber on Diablo, and Bishops is playing Hanzo. Lot of stuns on both sides. It would be kind of funny if we would see, let's say, a Haymaker into a 7-sided strike. Now, I heavily doubt that. It has been played in the past. It's not like it's never happened. But I don't really think that Nagrom is going to go for a play like this. But stuns galore for sure. You have Maiev fall out of control, you have Diablo, Rexa, and talking about Maiev, we might see her die first. She needs to heal and she needs it quickly. Ah, the globe! Nice! Look at that! Lauber providing desperately needed assistance here as he locks the health globe in. Yeah, and that saved her. Now I think the cooldown would have come up just in time as well. Big stuns up at the top, and Rexa is the first one to fall. Rexa down, easy kills, a lot of dive and mobility obviously when we're talking about Myrddin, his jump plus Stormbolt. Then the follow-ups that we saw in this case from Karazim and also the jet propulsion from Blaze. So yeah, nicely done and well played. Now as it stands, we currently have topside, still Henning trying to maybe make a bit... I mean, he's trying to hold the lane for now. Can't really pull that off properly. Now with Skok and Swamgrota, we have them working on the Bruiser camp. Initially it was the Siege Giant camp that they focused on first, but it's more or less what you're going through whenever you're playing on Shire. You're trying to get as much lane control as you can. The camp's obviously fantastic for that. One of the reasons why Rexa also excels a little bit more here. I mean, technically any kind of hero that you're going to take will enable you to get a camp. The question is just how quickly you can make that happen. Nagrom gets bullied in the mid lane, and that's the first death on Myrddin, so he's down. And that might result... they're losing bottler control. Oh, but Lunara pays with a life for it. Oh dear, was that really worth it? Bishops locks it in again, and they're now trying to get the channel. Yeah, here comes Karazim, but he's a second too late, and the Dragon Knight is claimed. Boom. Bit of an ass-kicking for the Monk, and that is the first objective for the Bang Bush. Nicely done. Yeah, so Bang Bush is already in possession of the first Dragon Knight. Down to the bottom of the map, we have another kill coming, or maybe not. What? Bishops jumps out, and Henning is ready with a heal. But boy, was that close. Yeah, Sylvanas still getting pushed away here, or punted away. And we have the entire wall destroyed by the Dragon Knight. That's about as much as you can expect with the first Dragon Knight. Obviously, these guys are scaling into the late game. So early on, they're not really doing that much damage. But getting the wall here in the middle and occupying their forces a bit, working a lot with the Dragon's Breath, that's about as good as you're going to get on this one. Keeps the Dragon Knight also alive for a long, long time. I mean, for the full duration, and just works the Dragon's Breath in as much as they can, and they're even able to take another tower, but both towers, by the way, down at the bot lane. So pretty good opening for the Bang Bush. Again, nothing too crazy just yet. Super early DK, but we now have level 7 for them, so they have a half-level lead over their opponent, and might even get another kill. Nagrom is definitely in trouble, but this time he makes it out. Bishops was trying to Hanzo him, but that didn't really work. So up towards the top, Swamgrota also holding the lane, of course. I mean, Rexa is one of the best side laners that you can get on this map. Simply when we're talking pure lane control. When we're only talking about the one-on-one on the lane. Misha obviously adds a lot for the team fights too. But any map where you are trying to control lane experience and also the objective at the same time. Brax is similar, not quite as good, but still. Comes to mind then very quickly, because the split between Rexa and Misha is enabling you to do exactly that, and it will always force your opponent to react to you by sending a second hero topside, or just simply eventually accepting that they're not going to be able to keep the objective and the lane experience against you. Now, that is a very aggressive push, but we have a counterplay down at the bottom of the map. Red team realizing that they would probably not be able to defend the top easily. So what they're doing instead is just making their way through the bot lane, trading forts with the opponent. And that's honestly not too bad. That accelerates the game also a little bit. Every single time that you see that at the beginning of a game, when teams are just pushing down these lanes, it just speeds things up. Gets those catapults into action, makes also the distance to safety a lot longer. Fights are going to be very different. Nice steal on the camp, by the way. The red team was trying to claim it, but then the blue team is able to sneak those two siege giants in. Then again, Nagrom, a little bit of a Sudoku move here by him. Bit suicidal, so Muradin is likely going to fall here, and Rhaegar follows up on him despite that stun, but they might be able to get another one. Can they maybe go for Kharazim? Doesn't look like it, but of course, no chance for Muradin to make it out. Nagrom was always bound to die. Once that he jumped in with only a few HP, he was definitely done for. I think the main reason why he did it in the first place was because they were thinking about fully engaging with the entire team, and then somebody must have just called, alright guys, let's not do that, and it was a moment too late for him. It's the only explanation that I can come up with, because he was definitely not looking at a huge hit point pool or anything that would have allowed him to survive through all of that. Lauber, by the way, survives. I have no idea how, but he makes it. And Sylvanas is now dead too, so we're looking at 4 kills. 2-1, good arrow as level 10 hits. The disc gets evaded. Muradin with the Stormbolt right as the doggy was going for the lunge here. And that was sexy. We got an entire level lead, another Dragon Knight up for grabs, and Rexa is already on the way in the middle. They are catching Hanzo though. So Hanzo is down, and Rhaegar is trying to, or is seeking cover in the middle of the minion wave and finds it. But they still get the second Dragon Knight. So now they got Dragon Knight number 2. Quick hit in as well. And yep, that is level 10 finally for the MC Academy. The last few battles have been a little bit difficult for the blue team since they were up against Storm Talons on the other side. Disc this time connects with Kharazim. Nicely done by Skog. Muradin, careful. Yeah, the healing. The 7-sided strike. The Stormbolt. And they're going for Lauber, but they cannot get that kill. DK all alone at the top, by the way. And Diablo dies, but they're getting a counter kill on Kharazim. Nice Stormbolt against Maiev. And they get Skog, but everybody down here is still on the run. Bishops is murdering them on Hanzo. Woo! What a set of plays here. Nice. And while all of this happens, the Dragon Knight has destroyed the top fort, by the way, and has also now started to take the towers down on the Bridge of Death. But Hanzo jumping in like this and then hitting the arrow, that just led to kill after kill. Again, Bishops is a monster on that hero. There's a reason why he's oftentimes directly target banned during the draft. This time they let Hanzo through, and he is already doing work for the team. So we have 7 kills, 2-4. Great plays here by Bang Bush. Mind control against Diablo now. 20,000 damage for Hanzo. But yeah, this is getting nasty. 7-sided strike again. Full action everywhere. Just fighting, fighting, fighting. The jet propulsion absolutely perfect. To get the stun on Misha and Rexa. Rhaegar is down to Warren with 150 hit points. Makes it the disconnected with Muradin. So yeah, it's just blow for blow. Both of the teams are looking for kills the entire time here and are at each other's throat. 2 of the forts have been destroyed on the blue team side, and the one in the middle is very, very low in HP. But top side, of course, there was this earlier fort that got destroyed there too. Still Hanzo poking it out as much as he can. Yeah, and now players has to deal with this. Now, again, normally you're not going through the top lane. You're not trying to take this down. The Bridge of Death at choke point is just too dangerous. If you can, of course, like take the towers here down and then escort some of the mercenary camps in at a later point, then it's always worth it. I'm talking about mercenary camps and now trying to go for the one at the bottom of the map as well. Both of the teams on level 13 talents. Yeah, and back with 5 on the map. There's not really too much to do here. I don't think they can push this towards the keep yet, but the shrines are activating another 20 seconds, and then we're talking about the next potential Dragon Knight. And thus far, the Bang Bush has locked in 2 of them. Yeah, they make a play for Nagrom again. There's also the ult. Already Maiev with another tether against Muradin. They're looking for the kill here. Avatar has been used. And here comes the barbecue play as the Panda Colada barely makes it into the bunker. Lunara nearly went down there, but she's still super low. She's not the only one. Kharazim and Sylvanas are also suffering from a severe lack of hit points. Bishops, he wants Muradin again, and they're gonna get him. Nagrom is having trouble here. They are just absolutely crushing him where he stands. I mean, first they were trying to go for the kills on the back line, and as they were escaping, they just focused the front line down. Hanzo finally died, this time taken down by Kerosene, but they also lost Sylvana, so it's a 4 versus 3. 9 kills, 2-7 at this point in time. 30,000 damage on Hanzo by now. 29,000 for Lunara. Yeah, we got top side also. Some pressure against the wall here after the Bridge of Death with 2 catapults moving in. So somebody needs to deal with this quickly. It seems like Rega is going to be the one to do it. With level 16 talents being this close for the Bang Bush on the other hand, this is going to be a pretty nice objective for them. Now, they can force fights once they have that talent and really try to play that advantage. Unless, of course, somebody gets caught here. 7-sided strike against Lauber, but he dashes out. Nice. And here's the arrow straight against Nagrom. He's once again isolated, but this time Blaze is ready to help him out with the jet propulsion, but the team is already sitting in the middle, and they are struggling here. Hanzo's just now making his way over, and we have a kill against Sylvanas. The level 16 talent advantage absolutely working in favor of the Bang Bush at this point. They can easily lock in the Dragon Knight. They have full control already, but they are going for another kill. They drop Muradin again, and with only 3 survivors, make it 2. Lunara is dead. Another piece of meat for the barbecue, but with the fort now destroyed, of course, easy objective, and they should be able to take the keep down at the bottom of the map. 20 seconds, 22 seconds until Muradin and Lunara are back, and they're already softening the wall up. I would be shocked if they can't take the keep here, but they're going for exactly that. So a quick move in. Rexa not done with his level 4 yet, but obviously is going to soon complete that too. We're only 11 minutes into the game, and at this point the Bang Bush has just taken total control of what's happening here. They're taking the initiative in these moments. Here comes the disc against Sylvanas. They can try and follow up with the tether. The arrow fully eaten by Kerosene. The 7-sided strike keeps him alive for a little bit longer. The Dragon Knight losing a lot of hit points already as he finds himself straight in between both of the keeps actually at this point for just a moment. They're still going to take this one down. It's already at 50% HP. Maybe not. Can they actually defend this? Maybe they YOLO the Dragon Knight in a little bit too early. So right now it's a 5 versus 5. Oh, yes! Just cleaving the shit out of them there. And Hanzo on top of it with one hit after another, poking them down slowly and steadily. Seems that the keep is going to fall. Yeah, Hanzo with another nice volley. Bishops just padding the stats a little bit for himself, sitting at 50,000 now. Bambi on 43k. They have the level 16 talent, of course, by now too, the blue team. But they're still 5 kills behind, and they have completely lost control of this. They need a big team fight, and that's a good opportunity for them. 16 versus 16, 7-sided strike, but it's not enough damage. Down goes Lunara, Sylvanas, and Muradin. They're all dead, and they might just be trying to end the game here. They got a siege giant camp, they got a catapult on the way towards the core, and with 3 heroes down for another 30 seconds, that is core damage if you want it. Stormbolt gets, not Stormbolt, the Dragon's Arrow gets thrown out, but a nice move also by Blaze as he activates his level 1 to make sure that he is not going to die to it. But as you can tell, the shield is falling, it's falling quickly, and there's no way to save this any longer. There's just way too much damage coming in against the core. So 13 minutes in the Bang Bush, they're locking in a victory. They're trying to go for Blaze, and they will drop him too, but the core is falling, so is Blaze. Kerosene gets murdered. 5-man wipe. Albeit a little bit delayed, but here it is with 10 kills of lead and a 3-level advantage, the victory for the Bang Bush in game number 1.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Infernal Shrines is the map. The Bang Bush has taken the lead in a convincing one at that, I would say. I mean, map number 1, they definitely got a bit of momentum around level 6. I mean, first of all, they obviously got, what was in total, 3 objectives, so 3 Dragon Knights. They locked in one around the 2-minute mark, 2:15 or something along those lines. So from the beginning, I think they had a bit of an upper hand here, but there were still a couple of fights that the blue team forced onto them where they were losing heroes. But I would say around the time that we had level 16 for the Bang Bush, they really built a ton of momentum and just pushed the blue team back towards their base. Now, as we're heading into Infernal Shrines, it's noteworthy that it's the map choice of the MC Academy. So despite the fact that they lost the last map, they decided that they want to choose the map over picking first or banning first. Now, Lucio is banned out and so is Junkrat. I really want them to also ban Hanzo, though. It's a little bit of a weird one because it's always the same thing, right? You're looking at a game and a hero excels and it's a hero that a player is known to play, and of course everybody just goes immediately like, oh my god, how can they not ban this? And the problem is simply you have only 3 bans. Actually, you have only 2 at the beginning, so you have to make a choice, right? If you're going up against someone like Limu that's known for his Tracer plays, but he's also known for his Genji plays, that already eats up both of your bans if you want to get rid of both. If you then also want to get rid of some meta hero or some hero that someone else plays on the team, then you're just screwed. So it's one of those things you got to make a choice at some point. And right now they got to ask themselves, how much do they prioritize that ban on Hanzo? Would they rather ban something else and target someone else on that side, or do they really feel that sacrificing 2 bans against bishops is worth it here? Now Junkrat is obviously a little bit in the middle of the pack. He's not only a hero that bishops plays a lot, but he's also getting a lot of value in Infernal Shrines. In this case, we're getting Falstad banned out, so they're eliminating one of the globals, which actually leads me immediately to the question whether or not the blue team is trying to get Hanzo themselves. That's the one advantage that they have. Unless he's first picked, they have a chance to take him now, and that's what they do. So they pick it away. They risk that the red team would go for a Hanzo first pick, but then obviously Blaze would have been up and you could have taken him. And instead, with Blaze chosen, they are now the ones that take Hanzo away from bishops. They banned out 2 of his heroes regardless. Falstad adding globals on top of that too. But yeah. Okay, there's Sylvanas, and we get Rega. Yeah, already a lot of AoE that they have with that. And, well, let's see what else we're having. Okay, so there's Muradin that's already banned out. Alright. Okay. I mean, honestly, I don't... Muradin obviously is... I'm a little bit surprised that they go for Muradin in particular. I mean, Lauba has been playing it a lot, but then again, Nuburak is, for example, also still up, so you could go for him. Nuburak Blaze is also quite powerful. We have tons of heroes that Lauba could play here. Even Johanna is still up. So Muradin, while Lauba likes to play him a lot, is not necessarily the hero that I would be the most afraid of here. I wouldn't even put it past them to just swap Blaze over the Lauba, let them play a Blaze main tank, and then have Swangrota deal with the side lane. So, yeah. Then again, now that they banned out Leo, I think that possibility is a lot less likely. But if any team would play that, it would be them for sure. But yeah, either way. By the way, also something, especially for the YouTube channels, this is probably going to cause a little bit of confusion. This over there is actually from the Masters Clash. So that is not a donation goal on my own channel. And if you're watching I sometimes get the comments when we have them on YouTube, like, where can I support this? Guys, if at any point you guys on YouTube can support things like this, I'm going to let you know in usually dedicated videos for that, because there's always a bit of a delay that is to be expected from a live cast when the video ends up on YouTube. So very likely by the time that people are watching this as a VOD, that thing has already be closed, just that you guys are aware of that. But yeah, either way, Garrosh is now taken. Okay, went down that path, so no Nubarak engaged with them, but they have also Thrall, and that could again be a Trash Lightning, even though in this map it's a bit less likely, I would say. We got Hogger and we got Brightwing. This is the final pick now for the blue team. And again, MC Academy, of course, they're also finding themselves a little bit lower in the ranking. So they want to get at least 1 point out of this, but they really struggle on the first map. And they go for Jaina. What do you know? Maybe we're even seeing some nice stun comps here. Is that going to be a Ring of Frost? I mean, time will tell, but Jaina is interesting here. Didn't expect her to be picked with this. Either way, Infernal Shrines, so let's go, everybody. Second map in the series. We got the MC Academy against the Bangbush. Masters Clash Academy against the Bangbush. On the left side, we got Vedders on Hogger. We got Cookie on Hanzo. One on Brightwing. Panna Colada on Jaina. And Nagrom on Diablo. On the right side of the map, the Bangbush with Skok on Thrall going into the Trolling Thunder. We got Henning playing Rega, Bishops and Sylvanas, Svangrota and Blaze, and Lauba is playing Garrosh here. Now again, pretty important to note also that obviously with the Bangbush we currently have one of the top 3 teams in Europe going up against someone that is, I mean, let's face it, blue team is a bit outclassed. Now, the best of 2 format might be at times a little bit strange, but in a round robin it works, and one of the good things about it is that every single map counts, and if you have a team that maybe has a map that they feel very confident in, where they think they can at least win 1, that always matters a lot. In a best of 3, where you have to win at least 2 out of the 3, it's a lot more tricky, but here there is a chance for a team like the MC Academy to get a point for the leaderboard by just locking 1 win in. So that forces also a lot of discipline from teams like the Bang Bush that are technically the favorite here, but they can't get too greedy and complacent, or they might lose one of those maps after all. One team that is definitely guilty of that particular sin is, of course, Team Wah. And they had that in the past a lot. Now, normally they are making up for that on the 3rd map, but they definitely try to troll around a lot on map number 2 in a best of 3 series. So for them, it's definitely a bit of a change playing in a best of 2 format now as well. That is already a bit of an indicator of exactly that kind of behavior. So Thrall gets caught and gets murdered. Easy kill against him. Nicely done. And that's first blood for the MC Academy. Jaina obviously adds a lot. You have a lot of wave clear from her for the camps. Like, her camp clear is pretty fantastic. Same for her wave clear, if she's willing to unleash everything. You have a lot of slows, a lot of CC, but she's also a little bit on the squishy side, and that's especially true before she completes her baseline quest and has an ice block, and you can see it right here. That's a kill, and that's the problem that she has. There's just no mobility on her. So if she gets at any point flanked, then she is an easy target. Very, very squishy. Doesn't have a lot of tools to escape. Once ice block is in play, it gets a little bit easier for her. But even after that, you need to support her properly in order to get the work done. Now, of course, there are a couple of combos that you can go for if you go for the Ring of Frost. I would expect that we're going to see a water elemental here, but both is obviously possible. The Arcane Intellect on level 4 for her now. We get the Wolf Pack, the Frost Wolf Pack for Thrall, so he's going to work on his stacks quickly. And as it happens, with Sylvanas, they're already starting to push a bit at the bottom of the map. Bishop's getting Sylvanas after 2 of his heroes, 3 actually, were taken away from him. So he's now trying to punish them with the Queen over here. Incinerator Gauntlets for Blaze. Riding into the battle on the money pick in style. And poor Hogger. Yeah, he got banged up pretty heavily there. I mean, every single stun got forced onto him. And now they steal the camp away. I mean, that is about as good as it gets. You get a quick kill, you realize that you could snowball this a little bit further. You push towards the opponent's shaman camp, and what do you know? They're just about to finish it up, and you're like, ooh, thank you. Freebie. Nice. So they get the camp. And they can now also aim for an early level 7, which will of course help them on the objective that they're already starting to take here. Their own camp, by the way, is still up. And Nagrom is already getting bullied around by Lauba a bit. But the 2 tanks still going toe-to-toe with each other. Another stun against Hogger just as he came back. Starting to pocket out a little bit, but careful, my friend. Vetters might just die again. They're trying to go for him, and it's not enough damage to lock the kill. But we have 11 to 10 stacks now. Top side, there's a bit of damage against the fort wall, but the camp has now finally been eliminated that they stole earlier. There's level 7, so now we got Ancestral Wrath also for Thrall. Bit of a nuke and sustain that he can utilize here. And they're pushing Hogger back again, forcing Brightwing to focus the heal on him. But I have to admit that the blue team is doing much, much better in this fight than I expected, given the fact that they don't have their level 7 talent yet. So most of the players on the Bang Bush now go for a quick tap on the fountain, and this time they get the kill. The Fruit Fly is down, Brightwing is dead, and so is Diablo. They're making a play for the Panna Colada, and Jaina barely makes it past the gate. But this is going to be an objective for the red team. And it's a close call. There were 34 stacks already for the MC Academy, so this one came in the last few seconds. They are able to lock in the first Punisher, and there's nobody to bait it over the wall down here at the bot lane either. That's a bit of a disaster, honestly. Nobody that can bait it over. There is Sylvanas in the mix, so this fort is going to get destroyed, and the Punisher is still at 90% HP, pretty much. Yeah, that's nasty. So now you're going to take damage down here, and it allows the red team to rotate over into the mid lane and try and take at least the wall down. You don't have to make a play for the fort itself. I mean, if you can, you will. But just taking the wall here goes a long way for future pushes. And they're taking the towers down super easily. Nagrom gets caught by Garrosh. Brightwing is helping out. Bottom keep is taking damage, by the way. They weren't able to take the Punisher down yet. So this is getting really tricky. Guys, we are 5 minutes into the game. A bot wall is opened up. Keep has taken damage. Mid wall is open. And look at the experience lead for the Bang Bush. They are about to get to level 10. They're about to hit level 10. The blue team can't fight. They can't continue fighting here. They need to get the hell out of there or get a kill. Lauber is low. Level 10 is so close. Oh, and there it is. No, there we have it. Now they could Ancestral up if they can get Holger any kill here. There's the Sundering. The Jet Propulsion. God, it barely misses. If that one would have connected, that's at least one dead hero, maybe even two. But with heroic abilities, there's nothing that the MC Academy can do. Now, most of the heroes on the red team are very, very low in mana at this point in time. That was the only saving grace there towards the end. But 4 kills to 1. Yeah, things are obviously looking very good now for the Bang Bush. They won the 2-0 victory. There's still this intense battle at the top of the standings right now. Not only for the teams to really solidify their position and ensure that they're one of the top 3 teams at the end of this round-robin season. Because again, the top 3 teams in the standings go directly to Paris. They don't have to qualify anymore. They are already locked in. And then a 4th team will be determined through a gauntlet system, through a ladder system. But for now, we got 4 kills to 1. We got level 10 on both sides. Now there's the fight. Big arrow. The Ring of Frost. But the heal is just enough to save Lauber once again. So the MC Academy came in and unleashed pretty much everything that they had on them. And still couldn't get the kill. It was super close though. But here comes the Sundering. A nice flank. And the isolation of Hogger leads to a kill against the Fleabag. Brightwing in this case, not with a blink heal, but instead going for the Emerald Wind, making even more isolation plays possible. And it saved the rest of the team, but it didn't really do anything for Hogger. Another beautiful route. 1 stack missing for Thrall to get his quest completed on level 4. And they're not only taking Hanzo down, but they're also successfully taking Jaina. So now another 2 kills, 7 kills to 1, and another fort about to be destroyed. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Fantastic play here by the Bang Bush. Very disciplined for sure. And you can just see that there is a gap between the 2 teams here. And, well, they are exploiting it. Top 3 team currently. And they are the favorites in this one. And they're showing why. They get another kill. Way too aggressive. The camp is taken. The camp is actually taken by the blue team. Kill for a kill, and they didn't kill. They didn't take the camp. Yeah, that just feels a little bit silly. Check this one out. So they have the fight over here. The Nagrom comes in. I mean, first they get a quick handle on Hogger and take him down again. And then Diablo just takes the camp because everybody's looking for a kill, walks away from the point, and he's like, well, don't mind me then. I'll claim this one. So a big victory actually for the MC Academy. They got the camp and they trade kills. And if you're behind in experience, trading kills is always good for you because you get more XP than your opponent. So fantastic. Yeah, that was a little bit of an awkward one. I don't think that the Bang Bush realized what was happening there. They probably assumed that they already had the camp, but they didn't. But yeah, there comes another taunt. They try to make the play for Diablo. He pushes his way out of the fight, but the Sundering is still there. And they want Brightwing, and they get Brightwing. 20 stacks towards the objective for the MC Academy, but now it's a 4 versus 5. Well, scratch that. It's a 5 versus 3. And they're getting even more here. So, yeah, nicely done. 10-2. 2-level advantage right now for the Bang Bush. We got top side, still Skog dealing first of all with the incoming wave, locking the experience in, tapping the fountain. They are completely going for it here now as well. Yeah, and off we go. With that, we now have another... Oh, the arrow, not too bad, but only soaked by Garrosh. Unless they get the kill here, that's not going to do too much for them. Ancestral helps him out, and Diablo gets focused and killed, and then Jaina falls a second later. Arcane Punisher is in as well. Hanzo. Nicely done. Hanzo actually gets away for a moment, and he's gonna die anyways, but still, that was pretty cool. So he makes it a bit harder here for Thrall to get any value. Still, the death was inevitable there towards the end. We have an 11 kill advantage now. 15 to 12. That's a 3-level lead, and they're now moving through the middle in an attempt to take the first keep of the game. Now, it's going to be a 5 versus 5 defense, but you can already see how heavily they're pushing against it. And let's not forget about Sylvanas. Sylvanas is in a situation like this priceless. I mean, she's fantastic. She's going to make that push so much stronger, and they're already starting to burn this down quickly, but they're looking for kills, and they might get it now. The bunker, but Nagrom, he's completely isolated because of it, and that's not only one kill, they take Jaina down again. So a quick double kill, make it a triple, baby. Oh boy, the Bang Bush is absolutely spiraling out of control here. They are going through the MC Academy like hot butter through cheese as they are dropping everybody. 5-man team wipe. And they can definitely go for core right now. Fantastic play once again. Now we're looking at a level 16 talent advantage for the team in red, and on top of that they also have a 3-4 level lead in just a moment. So an easy 2-0 victory for the Bang Bush against the MC Academy here at the Masters Clash. Nicely done and well played. Congratulations to the red team. GG.